The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me. He has sent me to comfort all who mourn and provide for those who grieve in Zion. They will rebuild the ancient ruins and restore the places long devastated. They will renew the ruined cities that have been devastated for generations. That's Isaiah 61, a promise that God Himself would one day rebuild what was broken. But behind me is a wall that was rebuilt by human hands first. The same prophet had something to say about that. This is the Broad Wall in Jerusalem's Old City. It was uncovered in 1970 by archaeologist Nachman Avigad, and it's about 2,700 years old, roughly 23 feet wide and over 26 feet high in this section. Part of the fortifications King Hezekiah built at the end of the First Temple period in anticipation of an Assyrian siege. Some archaeologists believe Hezekiah needed a wall this massive because Jerusalem's population had suddenly swollen with refugees streaming south after Assyria destroyed the northern kingdom of Israel in 722 BCE. A small hilltop town was becoming a crowded capital almost overnight, with an empire on its doorstep. 2 Chronicles tells the rest of the story plainly. When Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib, king of Assyria, was coming to make war on Jerusalem, he took courage and built up all the wall that was broken down. That's not poetry, that's an engineering project, and we're standing right next to it. Here is what most people miss. The prophet Isaiah was alive to watch this wall go up, and he was not entirely impressed. In chapter 22 of his book, he describes the same preparations. You numbered the houses of Jerusalem, he says, and you broke down the houses to fortify the wall. Then comes the rebuke. But you did not look to him who did it, or have regard for him who planned it long ago. Isaiah was not condemning the wall, he was condemning the trust that was placed in it instead of in the God who allowed the siege in the first place. Hezekiah's own people were in danger of believing that stone and mortar alone would save them. And yet, Hezekiah himself seems to have understood the difference. 2 Chronicles records the speech he gave to the people, perhaps not far from where I'm standing right now. With him is only the arm of flesh, he said of the Assyrian king, but with us is the Lord our God to help us and to fight our battles. And the people rested on those words. Do the work, build the wall, and still put your trust in God, not the wall. That's exactly what happened. Sennacherib's army surrounded Jerusalem, and Jerusalem did not fall. Scripture credits the Lord with delivering the city that year, not the wall by itself. But walls, even good ones, don't last forever. A little more than a century after Hezekiah took courage, Jerusalem did fall to Babylon, and this wall where we are standing became a ruin. One more of the ancient ruins Isaiah 61 is talking about. Which brings us back to where we started. The same prophet who watched Jerusalem trust a wall too much, in the very same scroll, promises a rebuilding that does not depend on human hands at all. They will rebuild the ancient ruins, he writes, generations later. Not Hezekiah this time, God himself. Most of us are building something right now, a career, a marriage, a ministry, a wall of our own. There's nothing wrong with that. Hezekiah's courage is still worth admiring. But stand here long enough at a wall that has already failed once and been rebuilt at least twice, and you will start to hear Isaiah's question for us as well. Is our confidence in what we've built or in the God who planned it long ago? Human courage has its limits. A wall that could stop an army but not an empire. And a promise from the same prophet that whatever we cannot finish, God will.
If this teaching blessed you, help us pass the blessing on. Ignite the truth, is brought to life through the generous support of Christians around the world. Partner with us, share it widely, and get ready. Another teaching from Israel is coming your way next week.